welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment wherever you get your podcast. I'm Anthony Totri, joined by the dancing boys in the back, Shawn, DePaz, Shane, Dieffenbach. Boys, it's time to meet us on Mill for the last time in the regular season. ASU beats Stanford 65-56, and that is now 7 of their last 8.
Too many
dubs.
fingers to lick, baby.
Wow.
I mean, come on. It feels so good to be back on Mill, day drinking today. 7 of 8. Ugly gut check for the Sun Devils. But, a win is a win is a win, man. Don't scoreboard watch right now because it's not going to make you sad. But who really cares? It doesn't really matter who this team is playing right now. They find ways to win. And my God, was that a senior night for the two boys?
Yeah. I mean,
No.
you look at
Real good.
I mean, what was your? We'll get into all the super fun stuff at the end, but like, I think the best part for me was Kamani Lawrence having that windmill dunk to end it. Like, the only one down there, they were up. Like, the score didn't matter at that point. Really solid way for him to go out and end the game. Shawn, what was your favorite part of the game?
Honestly, and this is I feel like a rare thing for me to do is praise the Pac-12 commentators. But the respect that they gave Marreon, the team in general, but Marreon specifically, like throughout the broadcast, was very refreshing. And obviously they've been getting that a lot more recently, and they frankly didn't deserve it at the beginning of the season. But the way that they were talking about Marreon's defensive ability, the way he's been playing recently, it was very nice to hear ASU kind of get that respect. I guess you can't necessarily call it national respect, but at least respect throughout the conference. They're hot, and that's just, it's undeniable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Marreon had 6 steals tonight, and what was it, a couple weeks ago he had 4 or 5. Like, this guy is a thief. He is unbelievable as of late.
I think it's 21 steals in the last 8 games.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous numbers. I mean, he's always moving on defense and offense, for that matter. He mostly has the ball on offense, but on defense, even the steals that kind of fall into his lap, he had 2 of them. It's because of the positioning he puts himself in. He plays like a slot corner sometimes, where he just kind of waits behind and anticipates where the ball is going to go. And then, of course, he Trevon Diggs and jumps routes sometimes, and then he Trevon Diggs and sometimes gets burnt. But that's the best part about it, is he adds so much to this game. I thought they were going to pull away near the end of the second half when he forced a steal and then a turnover on consecutive possessions. Then ended up not doing that. But as Josh mentioned in the chat, they won while shooting 2 of 17 from the 3-point line. So just another gut check win for the Devils. And as we said after the Utah game, it's kind of good that they won this way.
Yeah.
It's showing fans that they can win in different fashion, and it's giving this team confidence.
Yeah, if I would have told you guys at the start of the game that DJ Horn and Marreon Jackson would combine for 0 for 11 from behind the arc, and one of the 2 threes that the team made came from Alonzo Gaffney, that this team would almost win by double digits, like, there's just no way you would believe that.
No.
If you tell me that, I'm predicting like a 20-point loss, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But DJ Horn, to give him some flowers, the man couldn't hit shit from behind the arc, but put your floaties on, man. The dude had like 4 floaters. It was ridiculous.
Nice.
Floater game.
Put your floaties on. Oh my God. No, it was definitely one heck of a game from a lot of guys. Let's get into the numbers. We've talked a little bit about the 3-point percentage and just how bad that was. You can see 11.8% from behind the arc, compared to Stanford shooting almost 40% from 3. And then obviously ASU having another great game shooting from the field, almost 50%. Sun Devils getting out-rebounded by 6 to the Cardinal. The assist number is pretty similar. And then you look at the turnovers, Stanford just unable to play basketball, really.
Totri, you being on ASU's campus makes you worse at math. I got out rebounded by 8, as it clearly says
What
on
did
the
I
graph.
say? 6?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but
Look at
but genuinely, this team, Stanford, they hit their first 5 threes in a row. They were out rebounding the Devils on the offensive glass like maniacs the entire game, and ASU only had 1 more assist, but they found ways to win. And the field goal percentage, what sticks out to me, because the 3-point percentage is so bad that their percentage from inside the arc was over 50% to get it up to 49. It might have been over 60. Yeah. It was ridiculous the way they were shooting and finding good shots. And that, again, it's just a true test of how battle tested this team is and how they were able to go from 6-13 to 13 or 14-16 now, and 10-10 in conference. It's just so refreshing and so fun to watch, and you just can't help but feel so happy for the guys on the team today.
Yeah. Shawn, for you, what's the biggest number that stands out?
I mean, the biggest number is the 21 turnovers. I think that's just the fact that they, particularly Marreon, the fact that he was able to force so many turnovers. But I mean, it's kind of just like when you look at the grand, like those pictures in total, or those numbers in totality, like it's really nice to see that ASU could struggle so horrifically in one category of the game and then still perform everywhere else. Because that was not the case in the beginning of the season. It was always like compounding errors. If they weren't doing one thing correctly, they weren't doing anything correctly. And now that they could adapt and just not shoot well from behind the arc and still play well in every other facet of the game, is really refreshing. And I mean, also when you look at the last Stanford game, the fact that the free throw numbers were so relatively equal, obviously not on that graphic, but ASU shot 18 free throws, Stanford shot 15. Very nice that this was like a real game, not decided by refs, and that the game could be a story.
Yeah, you look at this team just a couple of weeks ago, and it was a group that was living and dying by the 3. And now they come out here, final regular season game, only make 2, and they win by almost double digits. They cover the spread. And for the second consecutive, we'll get to for the second consecutive game, ASU had 40-plus points in the paint. And I mean, just for a team that lacks size in this conference, to be able to really own the paint like that in terms of scoring is just unbelievable. It is the middle of the day, but that doesn't mean that you can't be drinking. So let's get to ASU's aftertaste. We'll start with you, Shane. What's this game feel like to you?
You don't want to be sus at DFA?
No, not really. Not in the pit right now. I'm good.
You're not slurping on anything.
Not guzzling on nothing.
I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't say it was just a bottomless mimosa of a game. It felt at the start, it felt like my tummy was a bottomless pit with all the threes that were falling. And now I want to drink myself into submission tonight. This was fantastic. It was, as I said, the gut check type wins for ASU gives me so much hope in this team in the tournament. And now it probably looks like they get Stanford again. And I think they have all the confidence in the world to just go in there and beat the brakes off of them come Vegas time.
Yeah. What about you, Shawn?
I'm going to go like a green tea shot. Then listen. Because
I'm listening.
When someone lays out all of these shots in front of you and it's just shots after shot after shot, you're like, oh, this is going to be terrible. And then you actually go through it and you take the green tea shot and you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. That's how I felt. I was watching that at the beginning of that game, those first 5 threes, and I was like, oh boy, this is going to be tough. And then got through it and I was like, oh, that was actually pretty nice. Like that actually made me feel good inside.
And usually it's one of your boys that buys them or somebody that's trying to peer pressure you, but you got to trust the boys, and the boys brought it home tonight.
The boys brought it
home.
Wow.
I love it. I love the analogy there. I'm going to go with a Bloody Mary. Kind of like you, Shane. Like, it's just good. I just like it. It was like, I don't care how it got done. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter how it got done. It got
3
done.
3 p.m., but yeah.
Like,
well, I mean,
early enough.
Depending on how the night went off.
Okay, it's early enough. Josh says next time we don't miss a bunch of threes, so if they can win on the boards, we win by 20+. I mean, that's true. That would have been the case tonight. If they, like, say they make just 2 more threes, 3 more threes, like, this game's not even close. Like, I don't know, man. This team is just it's weird because for a while it was just Shane speaking it into existence after loss after loss after loss. And now it's real. Like, this team is right now, I think it's without a doubt the most dangerous team in the conference right now.
Yeah, U of A's won like 11 of 12 or 12 of 13 now. So maybe the second most dangerous, but definitely from the lower tier teams, it's not even close. This team can beat Stanford. This team can beat Oregon. This team can probably beat USC. UCLA and U of A are the two teams that I think it would be very close and have the potential of a letdown. But other than that, I'm ready for war, man. I'm ready for anyone.
I'm ready for
I think
war.
ASU.
I mean, that's
ASU
what Marreon
could
said.
be. Yeah, I think ASU could be the most dangerous in the sense that, like, when you go in to play U of A, you know you're playing one of the best teams in the country, and you have to get up for that. ASU is definitely a team, especially in a tournament setting, that you could see someone like not taking as seriously as they need to, and them coming out and shocking the world a little bit. So they're definitely dangerous in that regard.
Josh's comment.
Aftertaste is the Sprite on an airplane. Took forever to get, but nothing tastes sweeter. Oh my god.
Hey,
yeah.
Go ahead. Would a U of A ASU matchup in the second round be like one of the most anticipated conference tournament games in recent memory?
For us,
given the way that for us, not U of A, but given the way that both these teams have played over the course of, I mean, U of A mainly all season, but given the way ASU's played over the last 8 games, like, why not? Why not get them down early?
It would be a ball game. It would be a ball game. That's for damn sure. You just don't really know. I think from the sense of unpredictability, this team is probably the most dangerous just because you could either beat them by 20 or lose by 20. Definitely unpredictability if you want to bet on them, which I did today on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Covered 6.5.
Cute outreach.
Yeah.
Totri, I was gonna say take notes.
Just it was so money. The cover at the end of the game, because first of all, Stanford put themselves in such a weird position where they waited 20 seconds and then fouled. DJ Horn hits both free throws. The lead is 7. Then they get the steal. It's 9, and then they shoot a 3. And God bless, it didn't fall. Rebound, second 3, God bless, it didn't fall. And then that was it. Walk-ons came in, and it was over. And that was some sweet, sweet moolah in the bank account. And I can deposit and withdraw it whenever the hell I want because it's the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. And kicking off in about 6 hours, we got some violence to bet on. And violence is a strong, scary word, but these men are strong and scary. And you can bet on them. You can throw money on first-round knockouts. You can throw money on anything. But regardless of what you throw on, if you're not a member of the DraftKings Sportsbook app, you can sign up today using promo code PHNX. Bet just $1 on the main event between Masvidal and Covington. Get $100 in free bets, regardless of what happens. It doesn't really matter. As Espo says, if there's a tickle fight and it breaks out and there's no contest because they just keep tickling each other, you still get $100. So go ahead and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use the promo code PHNX when you sign up. Bet just $1 on the main event. Get $100 in free bets, regardless of the outcome. That's 21 plus. Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit required. Visit DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. Bingo, bango.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Now, for a while during this game, you could make an argument for 2 people to get bottle service. It could either be Marreon the Barbarian Jackson, or it could be Jalen Graham.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think, as it played out in the last 6-7 minutes.
Oh no,
I don't think it could have been anybody but Marreon, right?
No, it's not. It's Marreon Jackson is today's player of the game, and I might see him tonight, maybe because it's my buddy's birthday. We might be getting bottle service, but bottle service for right now goes to Marreon Jackson. 18.6 assists and 6 steals, also 6 boards.
6 boards. He led the
He's
the
an
team
animal, bro.
In points, rebounds, assists, and steals.
There were a couple.
That's the single best performance. I was gonna say that's the single best performance I think we've seen from an ASU player this year.
Yeah,
like all around player.
Mm-hmm. There were a couple drives late in the game where I think they should have been called for a foul because they were calling a lot weaker stuff. I thought the reffing was a little bit inconsistent near the end of the game. Right. Jay Heath got called for a weird one where he was straight up, and then Marreon did the same thing. Circus shot, flipped it, double clutch reverse. It was ridiculous, and it banked in, and I thought that should have been a foul. There was another one late in the game that I thought should have been a foul. he's a really good finisher, man. And he's finally realizing that he doesn't need to live and die by the 3-point ball, and people need to respect that quick step. But now people have to respect the 3-point ball, and he's just becoming a absolute nightmare to match up on the 3-point line. And I think he might start come tournament time now.
Yeah. And he started today.
Yeah, well, that was mostly
minutes.
because of senior day, I would assume. But
yeah.
I would assume he sticks in the starting lineup just because of how much or how big of an impact he had at the start of the game and throughout the entire process of the game.
Yeah, I think we
saw it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we saw it when we talked to him yesterday, just the confidence that he has, and I think it's become like infectious amongst the rest of the team, especially now that his performance is backing up the confidence that he has. I think I like him coming off the bench more. Still, I think I like that spark plug he provides, but I think he's going to be effective either way at this point. I think him being as confident as he is and kind of bringing that to the court immediately is going to be good for this team in the tournament, I think.
Yeah, he's the guy. Like, he is this team's like heartbeat pretty much.
Yep.
Like, when he's not out there, the team is just unable to find shots. Defensively, they're still solid, but they're not as good as they are with Marreon on the court. Like, he has slowly but surely turned into, I feel like, the best player on this team. And I tweeted out and I told you guys, like, I don't even think it's close anymore.
Yeah, he's been this team's gas when they need it. And it's not just on the defensive end, but he creates on the offensive end consistently. And as I've said, it doesn't always have to be assists, but the assist numbers were high tonight. I think the biggest thing, though, is this team's starting to realize that when they get into a rhythm running the ball and get going, get out, even make or miss, doesn't matter. They are scary, and they're realizing how scary they are. They're like a baby tiger that's just realizing its size, and it's getting a little scary to play this Sun Devils team. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get to use my thumbnail idea if they do end up playing Stanford in that 8-9 matchup. It was a blowout.
What's the over-under? What's the over-under on the amount of times that Shane brings up babies or just a big baby in a show?
I think it's the first time I've ever brought up a baby on air.
That's not true at all.
Was the big baby conversation on air? I honestly can't remember.
Baby conversations are never on air.
Gerber babies?
That was one instance.
Yeah,
Gerber baby is a fraud.
I don't understand the hatred for the Gerber baby. I feel like we need to. I feel like we can't just be sitting here being like, yeah, we talk about babies in our free time off air.
Yeah, let's not do that. That's why I was trying to let's get away from this. We don't do that.
Shane called himself a big baby. That is the context of this conversation.
I'm a child sometimes.
Yes, 100%. Shane, what is
21 plus Arizona only?
Oh my God! What's the lyric of the game for the last time this regular season?
Oh, baby. Well, this is just kind of what I'm feeling, and I would assume this is what the locker room feel is like tonight. This comes from Jack Harlow's new song, Nail Tech. Walk around with my chest out, my skin smooth, I'm healthy. That's what this team feels like right now, man. Bow, bow, bow. That's what they feel like. That is what they feel like.
Yeah, both the chest out and the bow.
And the skin smooth. I bet all of them have skin.
The skin is smooth.
And the healthy.
Yeah.
Heathy.
So. They weren't very heathy, though. They weren't very heathy tonight. Only 6 points.
Yeah, but nobody got injured.
No one got hurt. We're saying heathy as a pun for healthy. And Marreon is more heathy, as he talked about. His wrist feels good. He's heathy and mullet.
I think, what do you guys think about, oh my God. I think, what's his name? I think Marion's comments about Lou missing a wire or something. I think it got to him because he did not shoot well tonight.
Well, he didn't shoot much tonight. I mean, they just didn't look for him much. He didn't play much either. I mean, you saw most of this. There was a weird rotation thing going on tonight. I texted you guys. We saw a lineup of Gaffney, Enoch, and Jalen Graham in for an extended period of time in the first half, which was really fun. You saw a nice Gaffney dunk from a dish from Graham. You saw Enoch grabbing onto some rebounds, which was cool. Holding on to the ball. Yeah, I think they just played a little bit more top heavy tonight. There wasn't a lot of contribution from the bench. I know at one point there was only 5 points off the bench. I don't know if that's what they finished with, but bench points were not really a factor. until or at all really in this game.
Yeah, 100%.
It's clear that this has become a team at this
6
point that
points
can
from the
beat you
bench.
in a number of ways.
Mhm.
They can different people being involved, different lineups, whether that be in game or who's starting. They can beat you with their defense. They're getting more comfortable around the basket. They can shoot sometimes. It's nice that games can go a number of ways, and you could still be confident that they're at least going to make it interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. They wrap up the regular season at DFA. Now all the attention turns to the tournament. Shane, like you mentioned, there's still some things that can transpire that aren't necessarily going the ASU's way currently, but they are set up. If everything holds as of now, they would play Stanford again, right?
Yeah, it's looking like they'll play Stanford. Oregon's down 17 to Washington State with 16 to go. Can definitely make a comeback. Just kind of bizarre the implosion that is Oregon right now. They looked like they turned it around. Now they just don't. But as Mike Luke said yesterday, you don't know what you're going to get from Oregon. And as I've always compared these two teams, they're just like ASU. They can win in many different ways. They can show up on certain nights, and they can absolutely shit the bed on other nights. And looks like they don't want ASU to move on to the 7th seed. But you can't blame anybody else for ASU's seeding. You can't really be upset about it because they make the tournament. Everybody does. And they should be able to get out of the first round. And you almost guarantee a shot at U of A. So you just got to get past Stanford again if this holds. And I have full confidence they can do that. And I'm just excited to watch it live in person and see Marreon really chop down these trees. Some deforestation coming in Las Vegas. Not just because of a new casino this time, though.
Nice. Is that almost like a perfect matchup?
What?
Stanford. I was going to ask
Stanford
what
ASU?
it's going to be like, what this is going to be like having them play twice in a row, but like obviously under significantly different circumstances. Like how you think the teams adjust to that? Like how do you think this game is going to be different, assuming that this is the matchup we get?
I think that Stanford did almost everything that they could to try to cool off ASU. They slowed down the pace really well. They were hitting their threes early in the game. They just can't get out of their own way. If Stanford plays a clean game and doesn't turn the ball over and doesn't get into foul trouble in the second half, we're looking at a completely different score here. It's a little worrisome knowing that ASU didn't just dominate, but at the same time, there are things that ASU can do a lot better. If they don't shoot 2 of 17, if they don't get out rebounded, if they don't get into a bad situation early in the game when they are allowing shooters to get open on Stanford's side of the ball, I mean, this team blows Stanford out. And I think they can make that adjustment. I wouldn't expect them to have another poor shooting performance, but that's basketball. It happens. But either way, I'm confident in them winning the game, even if they can't shoot the 3, because we saw it tonight.
Yeah, 100%. I think there's, to what you said, Shane, like, it doesn't really matter who they play right now with how well they're playing. Obviously, U of A, UCLA, USC, you don't really want to see those teams until you get a little bit later in the tournament. Also, I wouldn't want ASU to have to play Washington, given how much they struggle against the zone. But I feel like just about any of the other 7 possible opponents that they could face, I would be pretty confident that they would be able to handle their own and beat those teams.
I'm fine with playing in Washington. I'm fine with playing against the zone right now. This team isn't settling for threes, and they can attack the zone in the middle now. And we've seen Jalen Graham dominate in the middle in these last 3 weeks. So I'm fine with the zone. I'm fine with U of A. Not the most opportune matchup, but just get past Stanford first. Give these guys at least one more game to play after Stanford, and I'm fired up. I feel good. I feel healthy. My chest out. My skin clean.
It's going to be good. We'll be in Vegas next week. But before we get to Vegas and before we get to the fun segment, we should also tell you guys that on Monday, we are going to be having Austin Nunez, ASU basketball commit. I know Shawn is a big fan of that guy and just what he's going to be able to bring to the table here in Tempe. So we'll have him on the show at noon on Monday. And I mean, what are you guys looking forward to? Just asking him some questions.
Why did you make it seem like I'm not a big fan of him? Just Shawn. Just Shawn's a big fan.
Sean's a bigger fan.
I know. Yeah,
Shawn
4-star recruit.
before.
Looking into
you,
the future of this team. You get some scorers back next year. Obviously, losing the boy Marreon, and Kamani, but yeah, it's exciting to look forward to the future. Just hopefully you're not, looking forward to the future right before the team is preparing for the future, and hopefully they have a little bit longer with this team. But yeah, really excited to talk with him, and I'm super excited for the show.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. Back to Bobby's MO, guard you, like he's getting himself a really solid guard. So I'm very excited to talk to him.
100%. Like I said, we'll have that on Monday. Then we leave for Vegas on Tuesday. So we're gonna have some great content leading up to the tournament. Great content during the tournament, following the tournament, before the tournament, and you can catch all of that at the Go PHNX website. See, it's always there's so much interruption. Go become a member at gophnx.com today. You're going to either get a free t-shirt from the locker or your first month for 50 cents just for signing up. I believe it's still 20% off on Sun shirts for members. And the Sun shirts are quite literally the best. And I think we may need a Cam Johnson shirt after that performance last night, man.
Jeez, it was something else. Producing a post-game show is hard enough. Producing a post-game show on a buzzer beater is really hard. Producing a post-game show after it crashes 30 minutes in when there's 240 people watching is damn near impossible. So glad that Cam Johnson did that. Fuck you, Cox.
Hey, Cam is that.
Man.
Cam is that guy. He's that
guy.
He made him. Your guy, Shane, made him a little mad.
Yeah. Julius Randle helped the Suns. So I don't know if you guys heard on the post-game show last night, PHNX Suns, but me and Lindsay were talking during the game, and I bet on Evan Fournier to score over 14.5 points, and I was cheering for him, and Lindsay's like, stop cheering for the other team. I'm like, just let me have this, and then whatever. She's like, you can have it, but Julius Randle can't play the rest of the game. And I was like, okay. And then he scores. 3 possessions later, Julius Randle gets tossed. It was crazy. Like she'd spoken into existence. That woman's power in the universe, the stranglehold she has on people's lives, scares the shit out of me.
Wasn't there was somebody, I think there was somebody in the Discord that had posted their bet slip a couple, I don't know if it was for this game or if it was
they did it again tonight. Yeah.
And it had Cam Johnson scoring 30 plus.
It was Cam Johnson to score 20, 25, and 30 in consecutive ladder fashion. If you don't know what a ladder is, you just bet little to big or big to little on just look it up. But yeah, it was really cool to see that come through, and of course the game-winning shot. And they had great coverage. And Gerald wrote it such a damn good story. Probably one of my favorite pieces I've read this year. It's over at gophnx.com. As Totri said, get your membership and join the Discord so you can talk to us about that. But he just talks about how he went from the lemonade stand this week, showing why he's such a great interest to this fan base, to obviously such an integral part of this team, and how that man also needs to get his bag here soon.
Is there anyone that had there was something on Instagram, like Bleacher Report, I think, talking about how nice of a shot Klay Thompson has, just how nice it looks.
Yeah.
I feel like Cam Johnson has a prettier looking shot.
Cam's is so technical. There's no hitch. It's just straight up. His feet are always square. It's the most prototypical jump shot. It's exactly what they try to teach you when you start playing basketball. It's beautiful.
So pretty.
So Shawn.
That's like my shot. It's like my shot. That's true. How are we doing, actually? I'm curious how we've been doing in 2K. So if you guys don't know, Shawn made us in 2K, creative players. How are we doing? How's the season going? How's everybody performing?
Okay, so it's important to note, we got to preface this by saying I didn't rig the players or anything. I didn't make us all 99s. I just imported the attributes from other players. So I'm Mikal Bridges. Totri is LaMelo Ball, and Shane is none other than Julius Randle. Y'all are kind of trash, to be quite honest. I'm the best player, but I have joints of glass apparently because I've sprained my ankle twice in a week, and so I'm currently out. But I'm averaging 25 points a game, kind of balling. That we have a little bit of an overabundance on power forwards. I was making some moves last night. I actually acquired Cam Johnson last night.
Wow! So before or after?
What a night!
In the middle, I think, in the midst of it.
So before the buzzer beater?
Yeah. So I honestly didn't even think about that. But Totri he's stepped up offensively in my absence. Shane is still trying to find his feet.
It's okay.
The owner just has an emotional
You'll get
attachment to Shane. Otherwise, he probably would have gotten traded.
Damn. Are you the owner?
It's just yes. We also
Yes.
we just have Mobley. We have Mobley too. So like he's kind of going crazy. I did move him to the 5, and I have Shane paying the 4. But you know we're working our way towards. We're about the All-Star break now, so we're working our way towards.
Do the people want to see what we look like in 2K?
I think yes. Yeah.
Do we have them? Oh my God.
So from left to right, it's Totri, me, and Shawn. I look way too much like myself, and it freaks me out.
You do
for
look
the record,
the most accurate.
But why are my legs so stumpy?
I changed your body size around a little bit. I played with
Why?
it, so this is not an updated look of you because it just didn't fit right. And also your number is 33 now.
Good.
But I think it's clear that I have the most drip out of all of us.
But
honestly, he's got the most drip. He's got the most drip. I'm just gonna give him that.
Plus, like the red
how do I have
headband with
black
the blonde
socks
hair.
though? Like I would make that look so much better.
Well, I didn't choose the colors in that situation. That was just whatever 2K random populated. But I also wore the headband with the logo off centered, and it looks hard.
Do you like my Marreon Jackson hat?
A little goat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Not one bit. Well, I'm glad.
Do you like my
glad our team's
Marreon
doing
Jackson
well.
hat? Because it's just D, and he plays great D.
Boo.
Wow. Wow.
I'm taking off the stream by
Wow.
Shawn.
Wow.
I was gonna say you don't have the power to keep me out, though.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I'm interested to see how the rest of the season plays out there. Obviously, we got Cam Johnson. Hopefully, he produces the same way that he produced.
I thought you were getting back to real basketball for a second.
No,
and then
we can't.
It's over. I'm excited. I definitely will be bringing the PlayStation into the studio, so I will not have sole control over the team. Maybe Shane could figure out how to use himself offensively.
Hopefully,
but we'll see. Our jerseys are fire. We play at DraftKings Sportsbook Arena. And
nice. Well done.
Yeah. I don't know.
Stuff.
We're the future of the NBA. That's all.
Totri, are you going out tonight?
I don't think. Oh, actually, I am. There's Craig Robinson, the guy from The Office. He's got a comedy show in Phoenix tonight. $35 tickets. So
Shawn,
I'm gonna go
you're
see that.
staying home. You're gonna knit your girlfriend another blanket, and that's adorable.
I have to pick her up from the airport because she's been on a cruise for the last week.
Fake/real Jalen Graham watching live.
Nice. What's the locker room like, Jalen?
Was this is the Jalen Graham that commented on us earlier in the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
How far removed
I
are
think
we
it
from
is.
the game?
Shooter.
A long.
Jalen.
That was the same. That was the same time DK Metcalf was on the show.
Tweet at us if this is actually you. I have a feeling that there was just someone named Jalen Graham, and they like Googled themselves and like, oh my God, there's a basketball player named Jalen Graham. I'm going to start rooting for him and ASU, and now it led him here. And he is actually Jalen Graham, but not the Jalen Graham.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but.
Well, I'm going to ask him. I'm going to make it my priority post-game in Vegas to go up to Jalen Graham and ask him, do you tune into our post-game shows from the locker room? And if not, why haven't you? And we'll just see what he says.
And who is this man? Let's find him and kidnap him.
Yes, 100%. Okay.
Well, yeah, we kind of all we were a little too okay with him saying we're going to kidnap somebody we don't know.
He just tweeted at me.
No, he did not.
Apologies.
Yes.
Apologies.
On God.
No, he did not.
He tweeted at you?
Yeah.
What the?
Is that the actual Jalen Graham?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Love it. We love
All
it.
Wow.
We love it.
Well, we appreciate you watching, Jalen. Great game today. Great game. Boys, the final regular season game. Any final thoughts before we get out of here? We'll have a great show on Monday, and then we're in Vegas.
First of all, just really excited to get to Vegas and watch this team. I've been preaching the entire year that, and the moment it's finally here. Team got hot, 7 of 8. I genuinely think that they're going to shock some people, and while it still shouldn't be shock at this point because this team is playing some of the best basketball in the pack, it's still going to come across that way. The good thing is weird things happen in conference tournaments, but Jalen Graham says, love-hate relationship, but keep it real. Love it. The thing about this team is weird things happen in Vegas and weird things happen in conference tournaments, but this team is the weird thing that's going to happen in this tournament, I believe. I think they shock some people. We saw U of A fall in the women's basketball conference tournament. I think you might see the same for the Wildcats on the men's side.
Yeah. Shawn, any final thoughts?
No, it's just this is why you watch this is why you watch college basketball, is for post-tournament play. And it's just I'd much rather be in this situation than be in Stanford or Oregon situation, who were hot at different points earlier in the year and have fallen off the map basically. ASU it's literally what Shane has been saying all year. ASU is hot at the right time, and I think especially if Arizona, if like ASU is presumably going to play Arizona in the second round. If ASU beats Arizona somehow in that situation, then I think the country has to be put on notice. Because if they can do that, then they can definitely win that tournament. And if they can win that tournament, then that team is going to be smoking hot going into March.
Yeah, and I will say one more thing, that this team, regardless of what happens in the tournament, I've said this before, I've never had more fun watching a team, even when they were down, before you guys were here, when they weren't playing well. This is the most fun I've had watching a team, just because of the strides they've taken individually and as a team. And Bobby Hurley is the reason for that. I mean, the players definitely deserve all the flowers in the world, but Bobby Hurley, I don't know if you saw on Twitter today, he was out there rebounding for Marreon before the game, just kind of talking to him. Just a player's coach, just a great dude, and it couldn't have happened to a better team right now. And it doesn't matter what happens in the tournament. I'm just stoked to watch him. Just excited to be there.
100%.
We didn't mention the fact that Marreon had arguably his best all-around game of the year, the first game after he appeared on the show.
That's true. That's the way it goes.
Jalen, you want to go for 20?
Jalen, I was gonna say, you want a triple double.
Marreon also called Jalen out for his drip. I don't know if Jalen knows that, but Marreon definitely called you out for your drip yesterday on the show. So you'll have to go back and give him a hard time for that. But I said it once, I'll say it again. I don't think there's a team in the Pac-12 that is more dangerous right now. I know U of A is U of A, but ASU is just, they're different right now. Haven't seen this team play this well in years. Winners of 7 of their last 8. Their only loss coming to a ranked UCLA team that they were within 1 at one point. So this is definitely going to be a fun conference tournament. Like we said, we're all going to be there. It's going to be a good time. Leading up to that, if you want to follow the show at PHNX_Sun Devils, you can follow me at Anthony_Totri. Jalen says that Marreon has no drip. So there's drip beef now in the ASU locker room. Shawn, where can the peeps follow you?
At Shawn_DePaz.
Drippy as always.
I don't even know what. I don't have one for today. I'm just.
You're
Shawn as always.
You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Dief, and tweet at us if you're going to be in Vegas. Would love to talk to some of y'all, and it's going to be a ton of fun. We're there for the tournament, but also it's Las Vegas, so I'm fired up.
All right, boys, we will catch you again on Monday. Thanks so much for watching.
Peace.
Peace.